Hey guys, Tennessee Yankee. It's kind of a rainy, blustery end of September day here in East Tennessee, so I thought I would take the time, maybe pull the Kubota into the garage today, and I'm going to attempt to replace this rock tine here. Last time I was working a few weeks ago, removing some rocks from the yard, that tine busted off, and I got a replacement, so let's see if we can't get this thing in the garage, take it apart, and get that fixed. Okay, you can see this broken one here. Basically, it stayed in there, but it busted off here. And this was completely my fault. I mean, over time, or a while back, I had, pretty severely backed into a tree. Sometimes you kind of forget this thing's behind you when you're backing up, and I hit a tree, and it had been bent for over a year, so it still functioned, but then finally it just snapped off. So I anticipate, I don't know if I have to take off every bolt all the way across to release the whole thing. I would imagine I just have to take off a few on this side to give it enough release to get out, but we'll see. On my particular rock rake, this is a Tarter. This is going to take a 3/4 inch. So I just got my end wrench there, and then I'll take these off with my electric impact wrench. So we'll get after that. Let me go show you what I got for replacement. So I haven't even really got into this box yet. I got this from Amazon. Looks like it came from an implement person in Ohio. But you can get these at Rural King or other places a little cheaper, but I don't have a Rural King nearby. So I got this replacement for under 20 bucks, and I think it's about the exact size I need. It says it's made in Italy or something. So, but if you're buying more of them, you can get a lot better deal on them. I think you can probably get them down to under 10 bucks a piece, but I just wanted to get one to try it out first, because the other ones seem to be holding up well. The ones that I didn't smash into the tree. So, and yes, indeed, this one says made in Italy. So I'll post a link to this particular size one in the description, but I think these are probably pretty standard for most rock rakes. All right, at first glance here, I think this is going to be the right size. So if we line this up, that looks pretty good. It did say that you can shorten these if you need to. I assume you just take your angle grinder to them and shorten them up, but I think this will be just the ticket. I'm sure these are pretty standard. What I'm hoping is that these, whatever these holes are here, that this is supposed to line up with, I hope those will match. So that'll be the key to see. Okay, nothing seems to really be given away yet with 3 out. This one here is a little tricky. I'll have to go from the underside because I can't clear it with my drill motor. So it looks like it's starting to loosen up a little bit, but no, it's not coming enough for me to get relief yet. I'm gonna have to keep going down the line. What I don't want to happen is for it to just drop out on me and have all those tines come flying out. All right, 2 to go. This end one was already loose. The thing's kind of flailing around there at the end. Oh, there we got some change. Look at that. So let's see what we got down here. There's a, on this particular one, it looks like there's just 1 pin in the back. So mine has 2 pins, so I guess it could be adjustable, but this one just has 1 pin in the back. Let me come around and show you on this side. See, everything's just resting on this one rear pin. So, with that said, we may have to adjust this tine after all. Let's see if right out of the box these holes match up, and they seem to. So looks like that we'll still be able to use that same rear hole without adjustment. And end with the new one, and we'll just set her down on there. As easy as that. Now what's going to be tricky is you can see all these have kind of popped up. So I'm going to have to find a way to just bring them down and probably clamp them in place and get them all sitting on there again so I can start these bolts again. All right, let's see if we can do this. So I'm just going to start on the end one. Just start pushing down or pulling up, either way. I don't think it would help me any to put the rake down. I might have to get a few clamps or a piece of tape or something on each one of these, I think, just to get them started so I can push down. Okay, I think what I'm going to need to do here is, instead of tape or clamps or anything right now, I think I need to try to get another bolt started and just try to work it back up again as I put the tines in. I don't know if it's best to start on this end or start down here, but let's see if I even have any kind of leverage on this bottom piece. It's going to be tough. I think what I need to do is I'm going to take out some of these so they're out of my way. Alright, now I'm going to start a bolt. Let's see if we can't get this back in contention. It's like you almost need a much longer one just to be your temporary guide. Okay, I'm still going to have to get these guys in. At the end of the day, I think I'm going to need a little tape just to hold them in place. All right, let's try some of this tape. That's why it's always a good idea. I cleaned this before I started, so now at least I got something cleaner for the tape to stick to. So if I get on here and just say, okay, let's keep this guy so he's at least down on the pin, I think that might help. This is a little more complex than I anticipated. But we'll get it. We'll get it. I can see where you don't want to go looser than you have to, because then all these start to pop out, which we got to get down before we can close her back up again. I think those are not going to pop off. I think those are good. Okay, see what I mean? So now we can easily close it back up there. So let's continue to put tines in and tape them in. Just enough strength to keep it on the pin. This is where a clamp will come in handy now, I think. Let's see. Just on the end. All right. Okay, I got that nut through there. Or I got that bolt through there. And I can hand tighten it enough. Everything's still sitting on the pin here, it looks like, including the ones down here. So I think that is going to be the trick. A little temporary tape and then stick a clamp on the end. Let's see if we can't get another nut started here. Okay, I think we're still good. I don't think we're binding anywhere. We're gonna try to close this end one up. All right, let's see what we got. Everything's in the pin. And we're good down here. So guys, that is the trick. At least the trick for me. What other suggestions do you guys have? I think this worked pretty good once you figured out what to do with it. Go ahead and get this tape out of here. And then we'll put the rest of the bolts in. All right, guys, there you have it. I got them all tightened up. From here, it's almost hard to tell which one's new. Well, there it is. So let's see what that looks like underneath. So that new one, obviously, is the other ones are, let me get down here at a different angle. You see you got a little bit of variation, a little bit of bend in a lot of them, but I would assume that's just going to bend back a little bit like some of the other ones. But overall, the length of that is just right, right out of the box. So happy with that repair. It was a little tricky to figure out at first, but I think the tape and the clamp is the way to go. So Appreciate you watching, guys. If this is helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. And appreciate it if you subscribe. And if you're already a regular watcher of the channel, we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, Tennessee Yankee. Thanks for watching. If you found this content helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your right. I have other content linked for you on the left side. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.